This is the Negro Ninja, and I want to talk about women and how they basically cheat you. They actually owe you things. This is what it is. Okay, see, what inspired this was when a bitch told me that I don't owe you nothing, yeah, like I owe you something. And I was just thinking, I'm like, hold up, what the hell is this bitch talking about? Now, I'm thinking, right, can you picture yourself in a movie, and it's probably an action film, and you did everything you were supposed to do once you was interacting with a bitch in that movie? Like, damn, they got good chemistry. They talking. That's a long ass time. Damn, he saved that bitch. He helped that bitch out. And at the end of the movie, she say, okay, bye. How would that make you feel watching the character that you bonded with go through that? See, and the reason why people are quick to agree with this bitch on what she says is because nobody bonds with the man in real life. Nobody gives a fuck about the man in real life. But it's so easy to bond with a bitch. It don't matter how big of a bitch this bitch is. You can just say this bitch, and just she can dress like a bitch, walk like a bitch, talk like a bitch. But guess what? Niggas is gonna bond, male or female. They just bond. I feel myself so close to this bitch. Oh my God, I just see myself in her because they all bitch made. That's why they could bond with the bitch quicker than the man. You know what I mean? So basically, picture yourself, you talking to a hoe. Y'all have a good ass conversation. Just because you nice to me don't mean I'm supposed to give up the pussy. I mean, technically it does mean that. And I ain't trying to be that Negro. But facts are facts. You know, because I'm telling you, if okay, and picture people that actually do give a fuck about you. A lot of times your own parents will even ask you, like, damn, y'all been hanging around a lot. That's your girlfriend now. You see how and people feel comfortable making certain assumptions when you're with women. You notice that shit too? There's a reason why they feel comfortable making certain assumptions. That must be your wife. If they see with her every 5 minutes, y'all hang out all the time, they either gonna say that's your girlfriend or your wife because they're supposed to be. You're not supposed to be giving all these women your time like that. You're not supposed to be interacting with them for longer than a second if y'all don't have nothing going on. You're being robbed. Like I was at work the other day, and this chick, I kind of knew her. We at work, right? So I couldn't really just, avoid her. She kind of be in the same spot. And she was just chatting up with me, and something happened, and she helped me, fix it. And then she was just talking to me. I'm like, damn, she should be out of here. She spent like a good hour and 30 minutes talking to my ass. And the guy walked up to me after that shit. Bro, she was on to you, bro. She was on you. Like, white on rice, bro. I think she liked you. Then she was telling you about her boyfriend and people trying to come on to her. That's a hint. Bro, she like you. And I was like, I don't know, man. Chicks are weird. Chicks will do a lot of shit, but she still don't give you what you're supposed to have. And I was trying to explain to him. I was trying to explain that. See, he was an older gentleman. Old enough to be my grandfather, maybe. Because I guess they come from a time when you actually got what you deserve from a bitch or something. And even somebody that old and, possibly wiser, he didn't even see through that bullshit. So that tell you something right there. And like I said, if your mama saw you with a bitch talking, your mama would assume she shit too. And who's smarter than your mama? If your daddy, who's smarter than your parents? Your parents is pretty smart, even if you don't really think that they give you the best advice. Sometimes parents are smart as shit, and they just gonna automatically feel that a bitch owe you something too, but they might not just flat say it straight out. They just be like, yeah, you did good. And then it just don't be nothing. I'm just saying you being robbed a lot of times. That's why women really feel comfortable saying, you act like I owe you something. I don't owe you nothing. But notice how they can tell you that, and then they feel that you owe them a favor. Notice that. You notice how women have this dynamic to where you give and they take and expect for you to give. You notice that shit? Well, I'm just sitting there, gimme, 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 gimme. She feel that you owe her just because you're a dude. You're going to have to pump my gas. You need to fix my tire. You need to do this, that, and this. I'm telling you, people know that there's a dynamic. They know that people owe people stuff during certain interactions. That's why they have a lot of niggas around them, because niggas don't know that shit. Niggas are stupid. Niggas subconsciously feel they owe the bitch something. I owe her this. I owe it to her. They feel that they're doing stuff for potential pussy. So they basically, don't really value their actions. They don't value their time they give women. And they don't value who they are as a person. They just sacrifice. And every man subconsciously want to fuck the women that he knows that's not related to him. Do not give me that bullshit. I'm telling you, man. Just think about the movie. Think about the movie. Think about Ninja Gaiden 2 on Xbox 360. Ninja Gaiden 2. You know how that's the hardest version of that game? And then you kill so many enemies. In that version, they mob you. You'll be like armies of enemies. You haven't done that much killing in the game before. You kill so many niggas in that game that is 5 games total. And you get to the end, all the bosses is hard as shit. And while you're doing all this, you're really doing this to save this little blonde bitch with big boobs in the beginning. And you go through all that, especially that one spot on Ninja Gaiden 2 where you going up the stairs in hell. You just going up the stairs and niggas just mobbing you. You're like, damn, there's a lot of niggas I'm killing. I'm sick of this shit. Is it going to end? And then like 10 more come out. Man, come on, man, damn. Then, they keep going until you get up the stairs. You're like, damn, that's over. Then you finally defeat the dragon boss and that shit explode. And then picture what happens after that. Now, what happens in the game is Hayabusa act all cool and shit. They probably hug the bitch. But in your mind, you thinking this nigga needs some pussy. She about to get that nigga some pussy. I swear for the Lord, if she don't get that nigga no pussy after this shit, I ain't buying no another Ninja Gaiden game. In your mind, you subconsciously think that shit. You want the pussy. You ain't even in the game. You're like, damn, this bitch need to appear in front of me on some weird science shit. I deserve to fuck this bitch after all that shit I went through in this game. See? Now you see how easy it is? She owes you this. It don't even matter if she was married. You saved her. You deserve that pussy. You see what I mean? And it's not the fact that, he's just thinking about pussy. I'm just saying that you're just being cheated out of a lot of shit. The reward is the pussy. Matter of fact, that's not even a reward. You have to realize if the Bible says take a wife, you know what that means? The pussy's yours. You choose which one you want. That's what it really means. And they know this. And the truth is, a woman is not really a slut unless she has fucked multiple men. So if you just walk up to her and get the pussy easily, be like, look, this is our first date. Lay that pussy on this table. I'm about to dive into it. She's not being a hoe. She's only a hoe if she goes on 5, 6 dates with different men. So all that little excuses, I don't fuck on the first date. No, you should. You're a hoe anyway because it's like what righteous soldiers say. That motherfucker put his cock ring in you. You're not with him. It's the same thing. Y'all need to check out Righteous Soldier. That Negro there is the truth. He be putting Bible scriptures in a lot of his videos and stuff. Righteous Soldiers. Y'all check him out. That's that Negro. What else am I saying? Picture, I'm trying to think of an action movie. I do not remember movies off the top of my head. Notice how 007 get the pussy. Notice how he get it. He save a bitch. And he is, finna sleep with her. He ain't saving her from destruction. He's saving her for later that night. See, 007 is smart. You think he'll go through all that? Can you picture a bitch acting like how women act in real life in a 007 movie? Picture that shit. See how many times Bond rescue a bitch. He ain't finna rescue shit. You're like, okay, I'm just finna go through a brothel. That's what's gonna happen. You're being cheated. Studies even show that women really feel obligated when you're nice to them. You think just because you're nice, I'm supposed to have sex? And all the men that say that shit needs to be arrested. Want to try to ridicule other men with the shit they say. They need to be arrested for that shit. Women really feel obligated because it's like charm is a thing. Because this is another thing I noticed growing up. I think this is the first time I noticed it when I was in middle school. And a teacher did me like that. She was a substitute teacher and I was slick flirting with her and stuff. And the class was bad as hell and stuff like this. And something happened to where she asked me for my name and I was like, here it is, here's my paper. And she snatched the paper from me because I was being kind to her. Like she didn't trust me. I was like, what the fuck? This is a grown ass bitch, and I'm only like 12 or 13. That bitch, you know them substitute teacher, so that bitch was probably 20 something, acting like that towards a teenager. I charmed this bitch, and she just treated me like shit. Um, Often, like I said, oftentimes women gonna be their nastiest when you're treating them at your kindest, because they know, women know, in everything you do, they want to defy to show that they are above you. This is a new age. We equal, and double talk means no. It means nigga, you're beneath me. You know. So if you change a chick's tire, if you which I don't even know how to do that shit. So I don't even fuck. But if you help a chick do something or or whatever, she owes you something, and you really shouldn't be doing that for any woman unless y'all are in a relationship. And relationships is kind of stupid anyway, because in the Bible it just say marriage. You fuck her, you marry her. And that's all I got to say for this topic. This is the Negro Ninja bringing you your Negro message for today. Negro out.